reflecting on today's gospel passage, we look at the context in which we hear today's gospel, this exchange between Jesus and the Sadducees. And the context is that Jesus has come into Jerusalem. And we know, of course, he comes into Jerusalem because of the crucifixion that he will undergo. And he has this exchange with the Sadducees, who bring up the question of resurrection. And as Father Chichester said earlier, the Sadducees, a group of Jewish authorities who do not believe in the resurrection of the body. And they ask this question really in this rather long and convoluted way, incorporating a question about marriage and this woman who's married several times. Who will she be married to at the time of the resurrection? And part of the reason why the Sadducees, or as a result, I should say, of the Sadducees not believing in the resurrection of the body, they are ignorant of what Jesus is saying and teaching. And so today's gospel passage brings to mind the fact that a lot of the things, almost every aspect of our faith, it somehow relies on and affects another aspect of faith. Whether it be the resurrection, sacraments, they all affect each other. I'll give you a short example. The resurrection itself, if we were to do away with a belief in the resurrection, then we would do away with the cross and the crucifixion, the significance of that. And if we did away with both of those beliefs, then we would have to work very hard as Christians to find a new central message in the New Testament. And so this brings about for us a question of humility, really. When those times when we ourselves question our faith, whether it is due out of just not knowing, or never being taught what certain things are, what certain teachings are of the church. And so we need to take it upon ourselves to educate ourselves so that we know about our faith, because all those aspects are reliant and they affect our understanding of the faith. And so whether it be through Scripture or through the teachings of the church, through the writings of the church fathers, the catechism, and most importantly, prayer, we can come to understand and learn these aspects of faith that we may have questions on. We're never too young, we're never too old to understand more about our faith, because as we grow in our faith, then we grow in the understanding and the knowledge of the persons of the Trinity. And that is what will draw us in to a closer relationship with those three persons of the Trinity. And again, as things are affected in all aspects of our own lives, as we grow in faith within the Trinity, we grow closer in faith to one another as well. So as we reflect on our faith, and we come up with those questions, let us not shrug our shoulders and say, well, that's what I was taught as a kid, and that's what we believe. Why? And let us not be like the Sadducees, who either deny or just set aside those things that we don't understand. Let us take the time to find out what those teachings are so that we can grow in our faith.